Right, I'm gonna have to count down from 5, 4, 3.
Use the mute all button, you muppet.
What's that? There's a mute all button. Right, okay children, I am ready to start the lesson, so can we all quieten down please? Right, show me 5. No, everyone camera on, show me 5. Show me that you're ready for this lesson. Right, I'm gonna have to count down from 5, 4,
Use
3.
the mute all button, you muppet.
What's that? There's a mute all button, a mute. And that will turn everyone's microphones off. This has just made my day, children. Okay, children, are you ready for today's lesson? What, is that better? What? Hang on, let me hear me now, children. Can everyone see me okay? Is that right? Am I too close to the camera still? What do you mean, how many chins have I got? Don't be so disrespectful. So, children, I'm just gonna pop everyone on mute. Yeah, that's right. 13 years of teaching and it's taken a pandemic, but finally I've got a button where I can shut you all up. It's just, if there's one positive that's come out of this whole situation, it has been this. And I know you can't even hear me, so I can just say anything. I can tell you all how annoying your parents are being with all the complaints they're putting into school. And yeah, you can't even hear me because we're all on mute. Apart from myself. Oh my god, I've not turned myself on mute. Children, I just want you to ignore everything I've just said there. That was just a little joke I was having. Please, yes, that's fine, Mrs. Jones. We can have a word at the end of the lesson. So children, if I could tell you the one thing that's going to get through every single test you do in your school career, you've got to make sure you do it, and you've got to make sure you always add. And if you add all those things together, you will come out of our education system with the top grades every single time. And we'll talk through the work you need to. I apologise about that background noise, children. That's just my little cherubs who are just not getting on with their home learning. But we will continue, don't worry. Just a second. What are you doing? What are you actually doing? Why can you just not get on with your work? Stop fighting with each other. This isn't the Royal Rumble. You need to sit down and get on with your own work. Otherwise, the big show's going to come in, and that's when things will get serious. All right? So, children, does anyone know the answer? Anyone? Oh, it's probably a tough question, to be fair. We'll move on, don't worry. Anyone? Please? This awkward silence is really unnerving. Anyone know what will then come next in the sequence? Anybody? 5. Yes, well done, whoever that was who thankfully unmuted themselves and answered that question. The answer is 5. What are numerators going to be? Anyone? Mohammed? No, you're just stretching there. Okay. Jack, have you got an answer? Yeah, you can go to the toilet. You're in your own house, mate. Rosie, have you got an answer there? No? Well, yeah, the answer would be 2. Well done if you thought that. You didn't answer the question, that's fine, but the answer would have been 2. And we can simplify that fraction. And if we simplify 2 over 4, what would we get? Yeah, you're correct. It would be a half. I didn't need you to tell me that. I know you already know it. Children, I'm just going to share my slides here. Can everyone see that? No, you can't see it? Okay. Do you know what? I'm just having one of those days. It just feels like one of those days, children. Everyone hear me okay? Hello? Can you can't hear me? You're shaking your head. What have I done here? I've got my microphone on. It just doesn't seem to be working. I think I'm just having one of those days, children. Even though you can't hear me say it. Just bear with me, I'll try and restart. I know I say it every single day, but this really does feel like it's just one of those days. And just like that, children, that's how we can end up getting greater depth. I just don't know how I've managed to pull that out of the bag and explain it so clearly without even really thinking about it. I'm so proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably the best piece of teaching I've ever done in my career. Hang on, wait a second, why can I not see? Well, why can't I see you all? How have I managed to remove myself from my own Zoom meeting? It's just one of those days. And there we go, so your task today, really straightforward, really easy. Just take that simple sentence we've put together and cube it. And then make sure you reference how the Stone Age changed to the Iron Age, but also make similarities between Queen Victoria's reign. Don't forget your magnetic forces on different materials, and that will help you explain how Chen thinks it's a good idea to go and buy 75 pineapples, but then eat 15 in one sittings. Don't forget to reference how that's going to lead to crippling stomach pains and also explosive diarrhea. But in that, you can make references to sedimentary and igneous rocks in our science, and I want you to conclude by making links to how gravity, velocity and air resistance can help the whole process. Should only be around 10,000 words, but please don't forget your full stops and capital letters. And if we follow those rules, what is our answer going to be, children? Anyone? If you want to unmute, you can unmute now. Oh, this silence, music to my ears. Don't think it bothers me. I can do this all day. Children, this is your own time you're wasting. All right then, you leave me no choice. I'll have to get the lollipop sticks and randomly generate someone's name, and you will have to answer the question. I'm just giving you one last chance. Anyone want to unmute and answer? Okay, that's absolutely fine. Children, don't mind me. Just going to finish off my lunch, not had a minute. We'll get back to the lesson in a second. Okay. Right, I'll get on to contractions in a second. Can we just take, for a moment, can we just appreciate the best thing about lockdown for me is rediscovering my love for toasties. Oh, they are just on a different level. If we're not spending some of our school budget next year getting a toastie maker for the staff room, we are missing a trick, let me tell you that, children. Because if every staff member was having one of these bad boys each lunchtime, the afternoon sessions would not be a drag, let me tell you that. Okay, children, cameras on for me, please. Yep, I want to see everyone's beautiful face. I miss you all so much. It's not to see what's going on in the background there. Jamie, that cabinet behind you is absolutely stunning. Listen, we'll come back to fractions in a second. Can you just ask your mum where she got it from? IKEA. Super. And does she know the model number by chance? And Sam, that seems to be an interesting picture behind you. Piece of artwork there. What's the... Oh my God, it's your dad's backside. Mr. Stevens, you are somehow managing to show your rear end to my class of 8-year-olds. Can you please put some clothes on, pull your pants up? What do you mean you can't turn the camera off? Children, please don't look. Well, I tell you what, we'll interrupt this maths lesson, children, to do a lesson on British values, and why not talk about how the bulldog symbol is a real true British icon, so important to some people that they're willing to ink it onto their own buttocks. Can anyone think why British bulldogs are such an iconic British symbol? Please turn your camera off. Here I am, children, doing our science lesson from beyond the atmosphere. Today's lesson is going to be fun, let me tell you that. You gotta love a me, children. Hear all the other teachers when they see that you're being taught by me. Hey, get a bit jealous, don't they? Children, this is where I would be if I could. And I tell you what, this is where I deserve to be after all this remote teaching. Off you go, get on with your work. So children, I was on a Zoom last night with a few friends and I learned how to actually put a virtual background on. So I thought I'd just have a bit of fun with it. So here we go, I'll just choose one now. Oh God, how did that one end up? That was from the speed dating last night. Sorry children, don't look at that. How do I turn it off now? So, children, do not look at that. Yes, that's a recent picture, thank you very much. I use it in all my Tinder profiles. Hang on a second. How do I, right, there we go. Ooh. I've never been so happy to see grass, children. So shall we get on with today's lesson?